1989. It's a significant year. I was born that year. Lexus came out that year, and the Subaru legacy started its legacy in the late 80s. That legacy has all come to an end here, as the legacy has just been discontinued. Guys, we're over at Automotive News. 2025 Subaru Legacy to mark the end of the brand's midsize sedan. It's a tough one. I'm sure most of us have memories with a Legacy. I know one of my best friends, he had a Legacy in college. It was like the lifted GT. That thing was super sick. That is all gone now, and we have the midsize Legacy will be dropped after the 2025 model year. U.S. consumers continue to shift away from sedans, but yes, that's true. Subaru hasn't sold, so let's look at the sales. Let's go to the sales real quick. The Legacy was selling 87,000 units per year back in 05, and they had a surge in about 2016 to 65,000 after a big dip during the financial crisis. And then it's just been kind of like a free fall ever since then, unfortunately. So the Legacy's legacy was kind of written, I feel like, probably in 2019. They're like, let's not make another one for the United States. It's just not going to make a lot of sense for them. Going back down memory lane here, gosh, I miss those boxy cars of the 80s. Oh, the Liberty station wagon. I think over in Japan they call it the Lovorg nowadays. Too bad we don't get the Lovorg. Here's when the Legacy started looking a little bit more familiar to me in the early 90s here. Love the station wagons. Yeah, my buddy had one of these. It had the spoiler on it. It was gorgeous. 4th gen came out, and let's just scroll on down to the 5th gen. Can't believe there's been this many generations of the Legacy, but here we are on the 7th generation now. And we just pour one out for our homies. But what's going on with Subaru right now? Well, their sales have been pretty good over the past year. They had a really rough 2021, I think it was, and it's gotten better for them since then. The Impreza doesn't do well anymore. The Ascent has never done that well for them. If you look at the Outback's doing well. The Forester is absolutely crushing it, especially with the new Forester coming and eventually the hybrid coming. The WRX, it's a specialty car. It's never done that well, at least in terms of mass market. I actually have the Solterra in my driveway at home when I get back. If you didn't know where I'm at, I am in California to drive the ZDX. So speaking of electric vehicles, Acura brought me out here to drive the ZDX tomorrow. So stay tuned for my driving impressions. But Subaru's bread and butter is symmetrical all-wheel drive. And in the era of electrification, sedans aren't hot anymore. It's all about the crossover madness, and they have 5 different crossovers in their lineup, maybe more. That was just a quick one. And so they want to make 8 EVs globally by 2028. Guys, that's just around the corner. Ending the Legacy output at a plant in Lafayette, Indiana would presumably free up capacity for Subaru to produce at least one of those EVs in the U.S., hoping it to qualify for the U.S. tax credit. I think, of course an EV is going to come out of the Indiana plant. Why can't it be an electric Legacy? How fun would that be? Dual motor all-wheel drive, we know. They couldn't call it the symmetrical all-wheel drive unless they have quad motor. That's probably just too expensive for Subaru at this point in time, maybe too complex for them to implement, but that would be pretty amazing if you had, let's say 4 50 horsepower motors, one for each wheel. That would be fantastic. 200 horsepower Subarus have never been screamers. I'm not talking about the STI or the WRX, but you know what I mean. Their EVs need to be affordable because Subarus have some of the most affordable vehicles on the market. And the Legacy's pricing just came out. I think it starts at $26,000. That's $3,000 less than the Camry, for example. So it is one of the cheapest sedans you can buy right now, and it comes standard with all-wheel drive. Surprised it doesn't do as well, but Subaru buyers just get the crossover version, the Crosstrek, or they get a Forester instead. They don't cost that much more than the Legacy. And gosh, they're joining the death list at this point. So the Legacy has joined Ford. You can look at the Focus. You can look at the Fusion, the Taurus from Ford, the Volkswagen, the Passat, for example, Mazda, the Mazda 6, Buick. Gosh, LaCrosse. I don't know. They had so many different sedans over the years. Mitsubishi with the Lancer, Chrysler with, well, the 300 it's still in production, but Chrysler has killed other vehicles like the Chrysler 200, right? Dodge dropping mid-size sedans as well. What has Dodge dropped? I mean, the Charger's living on, I guess, as an EV, but I guess the Charger itself, gas model, is dying. So once the industry's biggest segments and long dominated by the Camry and Accord, make sure to watch my review video. It came out yesterday comparing the new Camry to the Accord. I think the Camry's a much better car overall now. The problem is, well, this is a good thing because Accord is already out in volume, and I think it'll be a lot easier to get your hands on Accord. That's probably the best thing for the Accord right now. It's not a bad car. It's a really good car. It's just not as good as the Camry. Therefore, the demand won't be as high in theory, and you might be able to get really good deals on the Accord. So anyways, let's keep moving. Nissan, Kia, and Hyundai still make mid-size markets. Now, speaking of Nissan, obviously the Maxima's gone. The Altima was supposed to be killed, I think, in 2025, but I think they've extended that because they're unsure on the EV market. All right. Kia is, well, they just refreshed the K5, and Hyundai Sonata. Those I don't think are going anywhere, but there are rumors that those could get killed off for EVs as well. That would make them pretty darn expensive too, and I don't know who would be buying them at that point either. Midsize sedan sales rose almost 4% to 885,000 roughly last year, but it's down from a recent high of roughly 2.5 million in 2014. Holy cow, it's a third of what it used to be. Deliveries slipped 3.3% in the first quarter so far in 2024. In 2023, U.S. sales of the sedan grew 13% over 2022 to 25,000 as production supply constraints eased. First quarter deliveries declined over the first quarter by 13%. Yeah, I mean, if the writing's on the wall for it to be discontinued, they're probably just slowly, month over month, going to produce less, would be my guess. Legacy Wagon was the genesis for the Outback, one of Subaru's most popular models now in recent decades. Yes, I wish we had the Lavorg. It's too bad we don't get it. Subaru said it will extend the 2024 Legacy starting price of $26,015 for the 2025 model. So it has no price increases for its last year. It's kind of the smallest of silver linings possible. But rest in peace, Subaru Legacy. It's one more sedan to bite the dust, and one that's been around for a long time, like the Passat, like the Taurus. I mean, the Taurus didn't get discontinued and brought back to life. So anyways, the sedan market, the offerings right now are really, really good. Now that the new Camry's out, the new Accord is out, the refreshed K5, the refreshed Sonata, the Altima, it would be the last on my list. I would still pick a Legacy probably over an Altima. I'm probably missing another sedan in there. But let me know, what would your top 5 be for midsize sedan on the market? Legacy's probably not in the top 3 for most of you, but I'm going to there. Rest in peace, Subaru Legacy. Don't know what your Legacy is going to be. I think certain markets appreciated the sedan and wagon more than it was appreciated here in the United States, especially as of late. But it's always sad to see a familiar nameplate go, and one that was so long standing, such as the Legacy. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.